Ohio University administration announces the termination of 17 academic programs. Plus, news from Capitol Hill as a top U.S. intelligence official resigns over concerns about the war in Iran. And in sports, Ohio hockey advances to the national championship against Adrian. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Joshua Herner. Ohio University is ending a total of 17 academic programs after failing to meet the required 5 annual conferrals for the last 3 years. The move is in accordance with the 2025 Advance Ohio Education Act, which also bans DEI-based hiring and enrollment in universities. The discontinued programs include a Bachelor of Arts degree in African American Studies, French, and Geological Sciences. Students currently enrolled in any of the programs will be able to complete the degree requirements, and incoming students who have applied for entry into the programs will receive information on alternatives. Ohio lawmakers are introducing a bill that would place stricter regulations on access to online gaming for minors. Senate Bill 379 would require gaming platform providers to verify users' ages and receiving parents' permission before granting access to online gaming sites. The bill was introduced just 2 months after the death of Haley Busby, a 17-year-old Indiana resident who was murdered by a 39-year-old man she met on video game sites like Roblox and League of Legends. People across the state are voicing their concerns about the rising costs of electricity. According to data from the Energy Information Administration, electricity rates nationwide saw a 5% increase in just 1 year, with Ohio rates increasing nearly 10%. The cause of the price hikes can be attributed to the increased power demand coming from data centers, as well as the rising price of natural gas. And now for a look at the weather, we'll send it over to Zach Farnell.
Thanks, Josh. It's been a snowy one here in Southeast Ohio, but not just in Southeast Ohio. You're looking at a map of much of the eastern United States, and look at these snow showers from the Midwest into the Northeast. All of our neck of the woods here in the country has been dealing with some very, very snowy conditions. For the last 2 days, especially, these snow showers continuing to pour into our area. Look at these come through from west to east. A little bit more coverage in towards the Appalachians. You get into West Virginia, those areas dealing with a winter weather advisory, expecting up to 1 inch of accumulation there. But these showers beginning to taper off as we head into the afternoon and the evening hours here. We should expect the showers to be done as we head overnight, hopefully ending the snow for the next several weeks, potentially for the season as a whole. It's been fueled by these unseasonably cold temperatures. Moving in behind this cold front is 22 in Wilmington. The high here in Athens today got only up to 27. So it's been a very, very chilly one. Expect that to continue tonight. You're going to need your jackets if you're heading out and about. Below 20 degrees. Again, partly cloudy skies sticking around. No snow showers as we head towards tomorrow either. Just a cloud sticking around in our area as we see a low pressure system move in and it begins to warm up. So stick around for my full weather forecast to see just how warm it could get later this week and into this weekend.
Thank you, Zach. A senior U.S. intelligence official stepping down, citing deep concerns over the war with Iran. Joe Kent, director of the National Counterterrorism Center, announced his resignation Tuesday, saying he could not, quote, in good conscience, support the conflict. Kent claimed Iran posed no imminent threat and argued the U.S. entered the war under pressure from Israel. President Trump responded to Kent's resignation, calling it a good thing he is gone.
It's a good thing that he's out because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was.
The White House has mentioned the strikes were necessary, citing intelligence of a potential threat. With strikes continuing in the Middle East, Israel has announced the death of Iran's top security official. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad were targeted by drones during an attack. Michael Yoshida reports the latest.
Defense systems firing at projectiles near the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, Iraq. Diplomatic headquarters, an oil field, hotel, and other facilities all reportedly targeted by Iran. The early morning attacks happening as Israel announced it had killed Ali Larijani, Iran's top security official. Also reportedly killed a leader of Iran's paramilitary, which was part of violent crackdowns on protesters in January.
This is a big deal, taking these two out. If killing Khamenei was kind of a 10, I'd say this is an 8.5.
Flight and shipping disruptions continuing across the Middle East. Several airlines extending flight cancellations, and NATO allies deciding not to send ships to help secure the region's waterways.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake, and I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test, because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
Impacts to the Strait of Hormuz continuing to cause surging gas prices, up to an average of $3.79 a gallon, according to AAA. And it could get worse.
You've got a combination of higher demand, summer blend gasoline, and rising crude oil prices. So that means spring and summer are going to be your highest times for gas prices.
Tuesday, a top Trump-appointed U.S. intelligence official resigned. Joe Kent, a staunch Trump supporter, writing in part, "I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby." The White House called that claim absurd. In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Coming up, recovery efforts are underway after a series of multi-day storms devastated parts of the U.S. And airports across the country are scrambling to deal with staffing shortages, what this means for your travel plans.
Plus, the snow is continuing into the evening hours tonight. Stick around for my full weather forecast to see when we can finally get some warmer temperatures.
She's an American master, but do you know who this woman is?
Bella Abzug is a woman who is fighting for the right of women to share equally the political power with men.
She was in Congress, Bella Abzug. Bella was a battler.
People would be yelling, "Give him hell, Bella."
Bella Abzug. Meet Bella. This woman's place is in the House of Representatives.
Mrs. Nixon said, "Oh, there you are, you and your cute little bonnet."
And on American Masters.
Tonight at 9 on WOUB.
Can you feel the moment?
The American Revolution changed the world.
Where the story unfolds.
Everybody had the sense of possibility worth fighting for.
What took place here still leaves us in awe.
We can work towards equality together.
Wow, this is the missing piece. Incredible.
To confront these figures from ancient history is a great privilege.
Our history tells us who we are, where we came from.
And it's all connected.
Like links in a chain.
Like links in a chain, yeah.
All I can do is say thank you.
Wow, this is phenomenal.
I'm really grateful for this.
On Secrets of the Dead, an early Christian basilica underwater for nearly 1,000 years.
How is it that till now, no one has noticed the presence of such a large monument?
Scientists are racing to unravel the church's mysteries.
We want to know when it was built, when it was destroyed, and how it was destroyed.
We work like detectives, archaeological detectives.
The Sunken Basilica on Secrets of the Dead.
Wednesday at 10 on WOUB.
A sprawling, wind-driven, multi-day storm roared across the United States with tornadoes and severe thunderstorms to the south and blizzard conditions to the north. Reed Binion has more on the nationwide recovery efforts.
Communities from the Midwest to the South and the East Coast in recovery mode after powerful storms tore through multiple states. The severe weather included tornadoes, like the one that ripped the roof off this warehouse in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I jumped up to kind of see what was going on, and that's when I saw all the pallets from the pallet company, and it was literally blowing those up into the air.
The storm spawned clusters of tornadoes across other states as well. According to the National Weather Service, multiple twisters hit southern Missouri, impacting trees and structures, including a donkey barn that was lifted off the ground. The storms also knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of people, while leaving others with destroyed homes.
I'm just kind of in shock, but my family's all right, and we're fortunate. Lord blessed us, you know.
As those communities cope with massive damage, people in the north-central U.S. are digging out from massive, crippling snowfall. Some areas in the upper Midwest and northern Great Lakes got hit with as much as 3 feet. Parts of the Great Lakes still facing blizzard warnings going into Tuesday morning, with strong winds and snow making for ongoing dangerous conditions and complicating recovery efforts.
It instantly iced, so we had almost every piece of equipment was stuck at one point or another.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
So, Zach, I know we got used to bringing the shorts out for summer and, the warmer weather. Now the winter coat's back out. And, we saw some snow today in Athens. Oh, is that going to be sticking around, or are we going to be getting rid of that?
hopefully this is going to be moving out. It's going to be moving out pretty shortly here. Just a few more hours of these snow showers, and then as you look towards much of the rest of the week, really, it starts to warm up. Do you prefer the shorts weather for this time of year?
I'm a big shorts guy myself, so I would rather wear that than the winter coat. So we'll have to see, hopefully it does absolutely go away.
Yeah, and the good news is that for you guys who love the shorts weather out there, it's coming in shortly, no pun intended, but for now, we need to get through some of these snow showers and then one more system out to our west. So starting with what's going to impact us first and foremost, much of the Midwest, much of the East Coast here, dealing with what's been behind a cold front that really brought a lot of that aforementioned severe weather all the way, storms from Missouri all the way over to the eastern seaboard in towards the Carolinas, and those storms produced significant damage. So as soon as those storms came through, it began to snow as far south as Atlanta. It's been a crazy, crazy cold front that moved through, and that's why we're able to see these snow showers pushing through here. Unseasonably cold, going to turn over back to some more springtime weather. And how's it going to happen? It's going to happen with this one system out to our west. Looking here, you see this rain and snow beginning to move in towards Illinois and in towards Indiana. That should get stuck in that area and hopefully begin to shift our wind patterns, giving us some warmer weather as we look ahead. In the meantime, these snow showers are sticking around for the next few hours, but you are beginning to see them decrease in coverage here. That's the good news. Beginning to calm down as we head towards the evening and overnight hours. These showers are just the last remaining bit of this cold front that should be beginning to creep out of our area. And then mentioning that cold front, you're seeing just how cold these temperatures are. It's unbelievable. Overnight, we got down into those low 20s, and as we head to the overnight daytime highs, just look at how cold we are for the daytime highs. Staying below freezing across much of the Ohio River Valley here. In Athens itself, 23 for the low, and then you'd expect it to maybe get above freezing for the daytime highs. Nope, only up to about 27 degrees. And so that's what's been fueling a lot of these snow showers. Thankfully, it's only here for one more night. So continue to bring out the jackets, continue to bring out maybe even the hats and gloves tonight. Below 20, partly cloudy skies. Those showers move out as we get towards tomorrow. Continuing to see mostly cloudy skies in towards our area. But those lows creep above the freezing line, those highs into the mid-40s as we continue to see warmer weather creeping in towards our area. Again, I mentioned that low pressure system bringing down that rain and snow in towards Illinois. Here it is by the time we get towards tomorrow. This rain stuck into Indianapolis and much of Indiana, up into Michigan as well. This low pressure system tomorrow in towards tomorrow night. Look at it, it's stuck in cement. Can't move that far whatsoever, and this is why we're not expecting a lot of precipitation out of it. That's the good news. The rain is still stuck here in Indianapolis. West of Cincinnati for the most part. We're starting to see some of these showers creeping up in towards Cincinnati and Columbus. That, as we get towards Thursday, will be the only main concern. Again, you're seeing maybe one or two scattered showers across central and southern Ohio here. That a chance of showers on Thursday, but you see this system still planted pretty much in the exact same place. It's going to shift our wind, and we will begin to see some wind coming from the south. So that's why over the next 3 days we will be beginning to see, this much warmer pattern creeping in. Tomorrow, as we look towards very cold overnight temperatures, begin to see some of that warmer weather tomorrow in towards those mid-40s. Mostly cloudy skies still with us as we head towards Thursday. Again, a chance of some showers here and there, but it will not be nearly as high in coverage as it was today. And the good news is going to be nearly 60, so no snow showers. It'll be all rain as we get towards the wrapping up of the work week here. Nearly 65 degrees on Friday. It'll certainly be above 60 for much of the area, mostly cloudy skies. And how about this? As we wrap up the work week, heading into the weekend, 66 on Saturday, and it'll likely be above 70 as we head towards Sunday. So the good news for all you warm weather lovers out there is that it is around and on the horizon shortly.
Thank you, Zach. A student loan repayment program introduced by the Biden administration has been cut. A federal appeals court ordered the end on a valuable save plan that brought lower monthly bills to millions. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
After years of legal challenges, the Biden-era Saving on a Valuable Education or SAVE plan has officially been killed by a U.S. District Court judge. The Trump administration had long called the plan illegal and sought to shut it down.
The SAVE plan was by far the most generous repayment option for student loan borrowers.
Under the plan, some enrolled borrowers saw monthly payments as low as 5% of discretionary income. It also promised to cancel remaining student loan debt after making as little as 10 years of payments. After last week's ruling, millions of student loan borrowers enrolled in SAVE have been asking a similar question. What now?
There's more than 7 million borrowers enrolled in SAVE. Keep in mind, this is at a time that we keep hearing about backlogs income-driven repayment applications, backlogs of people trying to get their loans forgiven from public service loan forgiveness program. And so now we're going to add more than 7 million people to have to change repayment programs.
In a statement to CNBC, Education Department Undersecretary Nicholas Kent said clear guidance for borrowers enrolled in the SAFE plan and how they could move into other repayment plans would be shared in the coming weeks. Until then, Natalia Abrams with the Student Debt Crisis Center suggests borrowers wait.
Are you going to be somebody that gets that notice 6 months, 9 months down the line? This is why we're telling borrowers to just hold tight for the moment and do not make decisions based on every little bit of news, because you just get whiplash, right?
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Travelers are feeling the effects of the partial government shutdown as airports across the U.S. are experiencing staffing shortages. TSA workers recently missed their first full paycheck since last month's partial government shutdown, and many of them are taking unscheduled time off. Compounding that problem, bad weather around the country delayed nearly 4,000 flights Tuesday and canceled more than 1,000 more.
We're on day 31 since the Democrats decided to shut the government down, the partial shutdown, this time of Homeland Security. American airports obviously are reaching a breaking point, so severe that airlines are pleading with Democrats to please fund the Department of Homeland Security. It's fallen on deaf ears.
The TSA's acting deputy administrator says airports could shut down entirely if the shutdown in Washington isn't resolved soon. It's National Poison Prevention Week, a time to bring awareness to the many hidden dangers you may have in your home. Mandy Gaither explains how parents can help prevent accidental poisonings.
It can happen quickly. Accidental poisonings sent an estimated 67,000 U.S. children to the emergency room in 2023. It was also the cause of 90 child deaths.
They are naturally exploring and curious, which is a wonderful, amazing, and normal and appropriate thing for these children. But that means they might be curious and explore things that could be dangerous to them.
Dr. Manisha Agarwal with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says parents may not realize some potentially dangerous items are in their home. That includes some cosmetics and personal care products like eye drops are an exposure risk. Household cleaners, including laundry detergent, brightly colored pods can be attractive to young hands. Plants can be a problem. Many common indoor and outdoor ones can be toxic if ingested. Foreign bodies like button batteries found in things like toys can also lead to a medical emergency, and medications, both prescription and over-the-counter, including edibles.
They can be formulated in candies or cookies or chips or other snacks or gummies that children might want to consume.
To prevent poisoning, Agarwal says to make sure you store dangerous items up, away, and out of sight, ideally in a place that can be locked. All cleaners and other household fluids should be kept in a place that's child-proofed.
If you have medicines you're no longer using, get them out of your house. Dispose of them properly so your child can't find that leftover and take it by accident.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Coming up in sports, Ohio ice hockey takes dominant win over the Calvin Knights to reach the ACHA National Championship for the first time since 2017. They will face a familiar foe, Adrian College, tonight in St. Louis. More on that when we return to Newswatch after the break. Newswatch will be back after the break, but until then, follow us on X, Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube to keep up with all of the news.
CasualWorks was not designed, created, or maintained by people who studied disability. They're people who studied opportunity. If a person has very limited movement and can make little teeny circles, there's a place for you. The idea of workers contorting themselves to a job is one business model. Our business model is that the job responds to the worker.
Thursday at 9 on WOUB.
What is typical foresight? Brace yourself. You're about to discover. something rather exciting.
What more does one need?
How splendid.
And it will be all that you've dreamed of, and more.
Sunday at 9 on WOUB.
On Masterpiece.
For the last 15 years, I've been in prison for a crime I didn't commit. I intend on finding out why. And when I do, I'm going to punish those people responsible.
You're playing these people's lives.
They played with mine.
And planning revenge. Dig your own grave first.
I want justice.
The Count of Monte Cristo, a new series on Masterpiece.
Sunday at 10 on WOUB.
Now is the time for you to become the king you should be.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Eli Baxter with sports. Last night, the Ohio ice hockey team beat Calvin in the ACHA National Semifinals. The Bobcats got out to a hot start to advance to the championship with a 4-0 victory. To begin the game, Luke Reeves scored just a minute and 23 into the first period. And just about 10 minutes later, Will Cohen netted the team's second of the night. Now the second period was quiet for both squads as both teams were held to 0 goals apiece. But the Bobcats wanted to ice the game and secure their first championship berth since 2017. Drake Albers and Gavin Keller scored goals 3 and 4 for OU to end the night. Ohio outplayed Calvin the entire night in St. Louis as they took 10 more shots than the Knights. They will face a familiar face, Adrian, in the championship. The Bobcats know the Bulldogs well as they faced Adrian 2 times earlier this season. The two split the season series as they both took their home games. Adrian won the matchup in Michigan 2-0, but the high-scoring second game in Athens was taken by the Bobcats 4-2. But the Bobcats and Bulldogs have history dating back even further than just those 2 games. Unfortunately, it does not favor the Bobcats. Last season the two faced in the quarterfinals, but it was all Adrian. They took the elimination game 5-2, sending the 3-seeded Bobcats back to Athens. The team would go on to finish as runner-ups after falling to UNLV 7-3. Not only did they fall to the Bobcats last season in the postseason, but the 3 previous. The Bobcats will look for revenge and their 5th trophy and their first since 2004 at 9 tonight in St. Louis. Now it is March, but sadly that doesn't guarantee nice weather, but it does guarantee some March Madness. The first 4 tips off tonight in Dayton. 16 seeds UMBC and Howard just began for a matchup against 1-seeded Michigan. Texas and North Carolina State will battle later for a spot against BYU at 9:15. Tomorrow, Prairie View A&M will face Lehigh at 6:45, but the very last game in Dayton is Miami, Ohio versus SMU. After Miami's undefeated season, they join MAC champions Akron in the tournament. Miami was projected as a pure lock after their 31-0 regular season and a projected MAC tournament runner-up, but the Redhawks ran into trouble before the conference championship. UMass Minutemen shocked the country with their 87-83, 8-over-1 upset victory in the first round. This led to the Redhawks dropping to being a bubble team and having to hope for an at-large bid from the committee. Miami is the first undefeated team since the 2014-2015 Kentucky Wildcats. That does not include the Gonzaga squad from the shortened 2020 season. Bobcats volleyball released their spring schedule just yesterday. The ladies will host the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Convo on March 28th, but will hit the road for the remaining 2 games. They will head to West Virginia to face the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Marshall Thundering Herd in the middle of April. The Bobcats finished the fall season 14-7 and 12-6 in MAC play. This included an early exit after they fell to Bowling Green in the MAC tournament. Out on the diamond, both baseball and softball have canceled their games for tomorrow. There is no current plans to reschedule either game. The softball home opener will now be Friday as they host Northern Illinois. They will play a doubleheader against NIU just a day later.
Thank you, Eli. Still ahead, the infamous St. Patrick's Day traditions return. Newswatch will return right after the break. Until then, here's a look at what's coming up on your local television station.
My memory was so bad, I could not remember my own name.
The brain is in transition just as much as the ovaries.
A lot of women don't realize what perimenopause actually is.
The ovaries go out fighting.
We are currently bearing witness to a women's healthcare revolution.
This time in perimenopause is so crucial to understand long-term health.
Thursday at 10 on WOUB.
You are ready to go.
Did you get that? That is incredible.
We are a part of a revolution.
That, for me, is so exciting.
St. Patrick's Day has returned, and so have the unique nationwide traditions. Parades took place in major U.S. cities like New York, St. Paul, and Savannah, Georgia, while the infamous traditions like the Green Chicago River and Wisconsin Leprechaun Crawl returned for another year. The St. Patty's Day festivities continued right here in southeastern Ohio as the city of Athens recently celebrated Green Beer Day. Well, guys, March is a great month. St. Patty's Day, one of the great things of this month. You two have any favorite St. Patty's Day traditions?
Oh, goodness. I think mine is there's a little run in Boston, and what they do is they have a 5K for anyone who wants to sign up who's ginger. It's the run of the gingers, so they run through Boston. It's a 5K, and I always thought that was kind of funny.
Ginger runs. That's actually been a very popular thing as of late. Eli, for you, any favorite St. Patrick's Day traditions?
I just like wearing green. It's fun to see everyone outside wearing green. Fortunately, I don't see you guys wearing green. But
I got green shoes on. I'm not going to kick them out over the desk right now. I don't really want to do that. But, you know, March, we talked about it. Great month. March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
You know, St. Patty's Day. The only thing that could make March a little bit better, and Zach, you know where I'm getting, the weather.
Boy.
So what are we going to see the next couple days? Maybe get March even a little bit more better.
Well, the unfortunate part of March, like you said, it's just a roller coaster all the time. It's up and down, and the weather, as many people like to call it, is sort of bipolar. That's exactly what we're going to be seeing here over the next few days. Some very, very back and forth, up and down type of weather here. Tonight in Athens and much of southeast Ohio, it's going to be a very, very cold one. So if you are going out to have fun on this St. Patrick's Day, expect to bring jackets. They can be green if you want to, but make sure that they are on. Maybe even some hats and some gloves out there as the snow showers should be clearing out of the area, turning over to some partly cloudy skies. Nonetheless, it's going to be a very cold one tonight. The good news, we begin to see a warming trend over the next few days. You're seeing tomorrow, Wednesday, warming up significantly. Those overnight temperatures above freezing. We didn't even get to 30 degrees today for the daytime highs, so a significant change on the near horizon. Mostly cloudy skies can be sticking with us for pretty much the entire time you're seeing this forecast go out for, here, as we look towards some warming weather, maybe even reaching the 60s on Friday. As you look towards Saturday and Sunday, look at that, 68 and then 73, maybe even some thunderstorms get back into the forecast. So it will be warming up, especially as we get late into the work week and eventually into the weekend.
All right, Zach, so we're not going to have a great St. Patrick's Day, but we're going to get some warmer weather as the week goes on. So that's going to do it for our broadcast this evening. Thank you all for watching. For Eli Baxter and Zach Farnell, I'm Joshua Herner. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great evening.